Record ako ha. So this is for quiz number 3. Let's have our rationale. So, okay. Anyway, so the first one, analyze and solve the problem. So give letter A the unknown, letter B the given, letter C the balanced equation, letter D solution, and letter E final answer in 2 decimal places. However, dili na nako siya i-ABCDE ha. Diretsoon na nako siya og answer. I hope parehas ta og answer class sa inyong gipang submit dito sa kuha. So let's analyze first the problem. Sulfur dioxide reacts. This is your hint here na sulfur dioxide is a reactant and then another reactant here is oxygen. Kasi sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen gas to form. So this one is your hint here that sulfur trioxide is your product. Therefore, if you make the balanced equation for this problem, you will have sulfur dioxide is sulfur and then duha ka oxygen plus oxygen gas. Remember class that our oxygen is a diatomic molecule. So dili pwede nga oxygen lang isa ka atom. So dapat diatomic na siya permi. And then this will yield sulfur trioxide. Okay, so sulfur trioxide. Now, how are we going to balance this? Sige, buhat ninyo. You have
Ang 2, ma'am.
2, ma'am.
say 2.
2 sa SO2.
2 sa SO2.
Sulfur dioxide.
Okay.
2 na naman sa sulfur trioxide.
And 2 here sa sulfur dioxide. So this becomes 2 sulfur here. And for oxygen, this is 2 times 2, 4 plus 2 here, 6. So 2 times 3 here on the other side is 6. So this is the balanced equation. So I hope we have the same answer para tama to siya, automatic 3 points. Now for letter A, if 5.4 moles of sulfur dioxide reacts with excess oxygen gas, the question is how many moles of sulfur trioxide will form? So remember our pattern? Sorry, this should be grams. So grams, if we of the given converted to the moles, this is still for the given ha, you need here the molecular weight. Now, if you want to look for the moles of what is the unknown or asked in the problem, you need here the mole ratio. And then, if the question is asking for the amount in grams, then you can also convert moles to grams using again the molecular weight of the unknown. So that is our pattern. But for letter A, the given here is moles, and what is asked in the problem is also in moles. Therefore, in the pattern, you only need this part. Moles to moles lang man ta. So you only need the mole ratio, in which you can get the mole ratio from the coefficients. So for letter A, the given again is 5.4 moles. And then, wait, let's complete it. Here. So this is 5.4 moles of sulfur dioxide. So you just need the mole ratio, and you have to remember na kailangan makancel ang unit. So if you have moles of sulfur dioxide there, sa baba ang sulfur dioxide, and what is asked in the problem is the moles of our sulfur trioxide. So again, if you want to compute for the moles of the unknown, you just need the mole ratio. So for the mole ratio, you have there 2 moles of sulfur dioxide will also yield 2 moles of sulfur trioxide. So cancel, the answer here is still 5.4 moles of the sulfur trioxide. So this will be the answer for letter A. Do we have the same answer? Ras, tag-answer class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so walay kurat. Dali lang.
Why?
Wala nakabawas sa inyong energy. Next, we have how many moles of oxygen? So this time, it is still us asking for the moles of oxygen that will react completely with 3.9 moles of sulfur dioxide. So ang given kay moles gihapon, so the same pattern ang ato ang gamiton. But the given here is sulfur dioxide, it's 3.9 moles. So mole ratio ang ato ang kailangan, moles of sulfur dioxide gihapon ang sa baba to cancel, and we are looking for the moles of oxygen na mag-react with the sulfur dioxide. So ma-cancel ni what's our mole ratio? 2 moles of our sulfur dioxide is supposedly mag-react dito sa 1 mole ni oxygen. So, pila answer ninyo? 3.9 divided by 2 is 1.95 moles of oxygen. Imuhang kailangan mag-react with the 2 moles of sulfur, with the 3.9 moles of sulfur dioxide. So that's for letter B. So I hope nakuha ninyo na. And then, the last one for letter C, it is looking for the grams of sulfur trioxide. So we are now on the grams. We are looking for the grams. And what's the given? Will be produced if 3.4 grams. So the given is also in grams. Therefore, class, take note, we need the whole pattern. Kailangan nato ang whole pattern for this, for letter C. So 3.4 grams of sulfur dioxide. Pila daw ka grams ang sa sulfur trioxide ma-produce? Okay. So, to convert grams to moles, you need, syempre, the molecular weight of your sulfur dioxide. What's the molecular weight of sulfur dioxide? You have S and O, 1S, 2O. This is 32, am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 32, and then this is 32 also. So we have here 64. Okay, so this one now is 64 grams of sulfur dioxide in 1 mole of sulfur dioxide. Now, we want to compute for the moles of the unknown, and if we want to compute for the moles of the unknown, we need the mole ratio. So, makancel maning grams. Therefore, diri ang moles ni sulfur dioxide, sa taas ang moles ni sulfur trioxide. So 2 moles of sulfur dioxide is needed to make 2 moles also of sulfur trioxide. Now, grams man ang ginapangita, so we need to continue. Moles of, cancel ni siya, of sulfur trioxide, ang sa taas, grams ni sulfur trioxide. And what is this? It's the molecular weight of the sulfur trioxide. Let's just add 16 here. This is 80. Kasi nadugangan lang man siya og isa ka oxygen. Mana nga 80. 80 grams of sulfur trioxide in 1 mole. Okay? So this is now 3.4 times 1 times 2 times 80 divided by 64 times 2 times 1. The correct answer here is 4.25 grams. Let's cancel this, of sulfur trioxide. So, mao na siya kadaghan nga sulfur trioxide ang ma-produce if you have 3.4 grams of sulfur dioxide na mag-react with the excess oxygen. Anong 81 man na imo, ha? Wala ka nag-round off. Di ba, the instruction is to use the whole number na atomic weight. So, mo na nga, sulfur should be 32 and oxygen is 16. Okay? So, di ba 32 plus 32 equals 64 plus 16, it's 80. Okay? So please check your periodic table again. Questions class sa number 1. Wala may gusto i-ask. Okay, so I hope kaya ha. Ingana po ang sa ato ang exam. Now, the second one is much easier because you will just write all the possible mole ratios here. So, ila ka bok inyong na-identify na mole ratio dinhi. And did you check if this is already a balanced equation, correctly balanced? You check ninyo eh. You have 1C.
Yes.
Okay, 4 na hydrogen, yes, check. And then for chlorine, 4 times 2, it's 8, so 4. And then you have 4 here, so it's 8. So this one is already a balanced equation. So all you need to do is to write all the possible mole ratios. So the first one, let's start with the CH4. So 1 mole of CH4 is needed to react with this one. So 4 moles of the chlorine. Okay, or the reverse of that. Pwede na to siya ibaliktad. Next. So 4, diri punta kay CH4, humano na lang nato si methane. So again, 1 mole of CH4 is needed to produce this time the carbon tetrachloride. 1 mole pod sa carbon tetrachloride or the reverse of that. So 1 mole of CCl4 over 1 mole of CH4. And then, going here, 1 mole of methane is needed to produce 4 moles of hydrochloric acid. Okay? So I hope I can see this sa inyong mga gisubmit. And then what else? We are done with methane. So let's move on sa ato ang chlorine. So 4 moles of chlorine is needed to produce, this one again, 1 mole of carbon tetrachloride or the reverse. Ayan. And the other one, syempre going here, 4 moles of chlorine again is also needed for to make 4 moles of hydrochloric acid. So ibaliktad na to. And the last one, syempre, if we are done with the reactants, we will now go sa product. So silang duha. 1 mole of carbon tetrachloride will be produced. And then together with that, 4 moles of HCl will also be produced. Okay? So I hope na kompleto po ninyo og send ning mga mole ratio. So we have at least 6 possible mole ratios together with their reverse na ratios. Questions about this? Wala. So kaya na. Kaya lang. So I hope you will get that sa exam ha. Walay pangutanan na.